Hi guys. So today I'm doing a video kind of just updating you on my life, where I'm at, how I've been feeling with COVID, and I don't know, I guess just kind of talking about what's been on my mind and honestly how I've been feeling, because I think that it's really helpful to hear when other people are feeling the same things as you and experiencing the same things as you. And I think at a time like this, it's really important to be able to express how you're feeling, even though you know that you're not in the worst possible scenario. Obviously, I'll get into that more, but I know that I'm extremely grateful to even be in the situation that I am in. But you know, I still am struggling in a few, if not a lot, of aspects. And I think it's important to normalize that it's okay to not be completely happy, even if there are people that are struggling more than you are. So I don't really have it completely planned out how I wanted to film this video. I did ask some of you guys for specific topics or things you wanted me to talk about on my Instagram. If you guys aren't following me, it's just at Tasha, and I'm always asking for your feedback and stuff over there. I'm assuming that the people watching this video already know who I am and watch my videos, but if not, I will give you guys a little background on me and how I got to this point. So I am 23 and I live in Los Angeles, and that already has been stressing me out. Something about me, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but the concept of aging freaks me out. And I know that's common, and I know I'm young, I'm only 23, but it still really scares me. And my birthday was in February, so pretty much all of 23 for me has been in quarantine. And for being someone who's afraid of getting older, that is really unsettling, and not knowing if I'm going to come out of this 24 or 25 or even 26 is pretty scary. Something that I've kind of been telling myself so that I don't stress so much about that is it's shitty for every age in quarantine. You know, it's not just me feeling like I'm missing out on my early 20s, because literally every age is missing out on something. I grew up in upstate New York, and I started my YouTube channel literally like 10 years ago. I think it was the beginning of high school, and I've been doing it ever since, which is so insane. I went to college, I graduated about a year ago, and I did YouTube throughout college, but I feel like I never fully put everything that I had into YouTube because I was working on getting into college or living a normal college life. So after I graduated in May of 2019, I kind of took a break, and I'd always planned on just kind of taking a little gap, and I just did YouTube. My channel has definitely ebbed and flowed. When I first started, I was big with hair tutorials, and then I kind of moved on into the college sector. And honestly, since graduating, I have just felt kind of lost with my channel. So after about 6 months of just focusing on YouTube, I decided that I wanted to kind of pursue another more typical job. So I got my job that is my current job at Hype Advice. I work in content and influencer marketing and PR, but this is just a part-time job. So I work at Hype Advice Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and those are, you know, your typical 8-hour days, and then Tuesday and Thursdays and the weekend is time for me to focus on YouTube or social media stuff and all of that. I got a lot of questions about how I'm feeling about my career. Will I ever get a full-time job? How do I feel about not having a typical career path? And that's definitely something that has been stressing me out lately. I really done YouTube because I really love it, and I love interacting with you guys, but I can't lie, when the numbers are going down drastically versus going up or even just staying the same, it's extremely discouraging, especially when it's something that is a big piece of your income. So I've honestly just felt really discouraged and kind of lost with my channel. I like posting vlogs because I love the interaction that I get with my followers, but I just don't really feel fulfilled with it, and I'm not super proud of my channel. So I definitely have been toying and am open to the idea of getting a full-time job, but then you realize it's like the worst time to be looking for jobs right now. And I do like my current job, but it's part-time. And I don't know if they have the need for me full-time. I feel like no one talks about how hard it is to get a job unless you go through one of those typical like finance paths or like accounting. But I have so many other friends who just graduated and have no job prospects, and no one talks about how you apply to so many jobs and then just hear nothing. With that being said, I know I'm lucky to have jobs at all and jobs that are flexible that I'm able to split my time among. And so I guess right now I'm just in a limbo where I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Something else that I feel like I should talk about, because I did mention it in a video and now it's not happening. So you guys might remember that I was supposed to start a podcast with my friend Tara. She is Tara Michelle on YouTube. You probably know her. She's a lot bigger than I am. So we were gonna do a podcast together, and I was really excited about this because it just felt like a new chapter, or just a new way to express myself. And obviously I was still going to keep my job and do YouTube, and I felt like Tara was the perfect person because we're similar but also different. So unfortunately Tara did get another opportunity and she was not able to do that and our podcast, and I don't fault her at all. We're still great friends. So the podcast thing was kind of put on hold, and then I was kind of in a place where I'm like, okay, do I want to do it on my own? Not really. I really wanted a co-host. So then I was kind of racking my brain thinking if I had any friends who I might want to co-host with me. And honestly, my friends either already have podcasts or they're working full-time jobs, or we're just too similar, and I don't think it would bring anything new having two people that have such similar experiences and viewpoints. So yeah, if you guys have any recommendations for videos that you would like to see from me, or just ways that you think my channel could be better, I mean, please be nice. But let me know, because I don't want to give up on YouTube. I just want you guys to know that if you're in a position where you feel kind of lost career-wise and don't know what to do, and you feel frustrated because you're not hearing back from companies about applications, then it's not just you, and I'm kind of in a weird place with that too. As far as living alone during quarantine, that is one thing that I'm very happy about, is that I moved into this new apartment and I love it. I'm so happy here. It's so much bigger and I feel like it just fits my personal style so much more, so that has been amazing. In terms of living alone during quarantine, I do like living alone, but a lot of my friends that lived in LA have gone back to live at home, or kind of going between home and LA, or they're working or they're busy. So normally I had a nice balance where I could live alone and then go out and see people and do all these things on the weekends. And now a lot of my friends aren't even here, or if I do want to go out, things are very restricted and everyone's trying to be safe, you know. I haven't been home to New York in, I think, like over a year. I could be wrong. I'm gonna go home for Christmas. It's also just so weird because I have grandparents that are in their 90s, and I don't know if I am going to be able to see them because I do have a job and I am going into the office. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I actually do go into the office Monday, Wednesday, and then I work from home Friday. I don't know if I can go home for like over a month, and if I even want to, because I'm paying my rent here. But then it's like, do I not see my grandparents who are in their mid-90s? I don't want them to be unsafe, but it's also like, we don't know how long this is going to last for. So on a lighter note, let's talk about dating, because I get so many questions about my dating life all the time. I do need to tell you guys a little story, and it's kind of a disclaimer because you guys always want my dating stories, which I totally understand, because dating stories are my favorite thing to hear as well. I posted a vlog a few months ago, and it was a vlog over a few days, and within those days I had a date. The date was fine. It wasn't great, it wasn't horrible, it was just like fine, which I feel like is how a lot of dates are. But in my vlog, I specifically said, like, I'm not gonna give too many details on the date in case this guy watches, but it was eh. I didn't think that was mean because the date was you know, it wasn't bad. I wasn't like, oh my God, the date was so horrible, worst date of my life. I was just like, yeah, the date was And normally when I have a first date that is just kind of like it's not horrible, I will go on a second date if they ask, because I just know people get so nervous on first dates, like I do too, and I think everyone deserves a second chance. And then you're never left wondering like, oh, what if I had gone on a second date? Maybe it would have been better. So if someone asks me on a second date, I will normally say yes, unless it was like horrible. So meanwhile, this guy had asked me on a second date and I decided to say yes, and he was being super nice about it, and he made us reservations at a super nice place for dinner. And then meanwhile, I had uploaded this video where I said the date was and I was gonna cut it out, but the video was already unlisted and I was so lazy, and I take full responsibility for this. And I wasn't really worried about him seeing the video because he said he wasn't big on social media at all. He didn't even have Instagram really during the week. So I was like, what are the odds this guy is gonna look up my YouTube channel and watch the vlog 10 minutes in that I happened to say our date was I don't have solid proof, but the day before this date, he texts me this excuse why he can't make it to our date. He literally said, sorry, I can't make it to dinner. Like, you're the one who made the reservations. But he made this weird excuse about how he was going out of town with his friends, and I just felt like it was completely fake. And I honestly think he probably saw the video and got really offended, and I feel bad about it, but it's my fault, and I wasn't super stoked about the second date anyways. But from that experience, I don't think I will be talking about my current dating stories unless I know they are completely done, not gonna happen, because I don't want another situation like that. But I guess to kind of update you guys on how I'm feeling with dating, it's definitely not ideal. I feel like right now dating apps are the only way to meet people, and I guess you can still go out and get drinks, but it's kind of weird. A lot of places you have to get food with the drinks, and then you show up with a mask and you have to put your mask on for the bathroom. I've been trying to go on dates. It's actually funny because one of my New Year's resolutions in the beginning of 2020 was to go on a date a month, and that has not happened, obviously because of COVID, but I just feel like it's good to go on dates. You meet so many different types of people and you learn social skills and learn how to interact with people, and maybe you'll meet someone cool, maybe you won't. So for the first like 3 months of quarantine, I didn't go on a date, and just recently I've started to go on dates more, but it's honestly just so exhausting, and the apps are so exhausting, and just not knowing the next time I'm gonna be able to go out to a bar or a place where I might meet a guy in the wild is just really a bummer. I actually did have a good date recently. I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't want to jinx it, but I did have one good date, which was really, really nice, because a lot of the times when you just have bad or dates over and over, or if guys are just shitty over and over, it takes a lot out of you, you know? I'm someone who is very comfortable being single. I'm pretty much always single, so I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need a boyfriend. I'm not necessarily even looking for a boyfriend, but I'm open to dating, and if I meet someone awesome who I really get along with, then amazing. I would just like that option without having to go on dating apps. You know what I mean? I think for me and a lot of people, it's more so just the unknown right now. Like, we don't know how long this is going to last. And that's kind of the worst part, because you don't really have much to look forward to because you don't have a specific end date. So yeah, I think that's kind of the update I wanted to give. I'm feeling a little bit lost and confused right now in a lot of aspects of my life, and I think that's normal. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are feeling the same. But once again, I am very grateful that not only do I have one job, I have 2 jobs. I have this nice new apartment that I'm living in. I'm healthy, my friends and family are healthy, and I do live in Los Angeles where it's nice out and I can still do things safely if I want to. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope maybe some of you found it helpful or something to relate to. Feel free to vent in the comment section if you guys would like. Thank you so much to those of you who have stuck with me this long, and stay tuned for my next video.